2024, Nazareno Traslacion, Joko Widodo in the Philippines, at Taiwanese presidential election. Kumusta for me? This is Avoid Joseph and welcome to News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition number 32. We have tons to cover since last week, so skip to the times as provided if it piques your interest. Keep magdana for blazing selective summation. Here are some page news commentary for your convenience. 2024 Nazareno Traslacion. Matapos ang 3 taong paghinto amid the COVID-19 pandemic, nagbalik na ang yearly tradition ng simbahang Katolika at ng milyon-milyong deboto ng itim na Nazareno sa pagtahak nito sa 6 na kilometrong ruta simula Quirino Grandstand papuntang Quiapo Church. Ayon sa Quiapo Church at Traslacion organizers, mahigit 6 na milyon ang lumahok sa Traslacion, twice than the previous pre-pandemic devotees noong 2022. Higit 700 naman ang nangangailangan ng medical attention ayon sa the Philippine Red Cross. Kasama na rin dito ang 12 ng truck ng basurang naiwan pagtapos ng Traslacion. I mean, do better guys. And not just because I'm woke or something, na nire-ridicule ko yung position nyo or yung devotion nyo sa Nazareno. Milyong-milyong deboto ng itim na Nazareno ang nakilahok sa Traslacion. Ang prosesyon ay nag-umpisa ng alas 4 ng umaga at tumagal ng 15 oras, natapos ng alas 7 ng gabi. Nagsimula ang Traslacion from Quirino Grandstand, dinaanan ng Traslacion sa gilid ng Luneta Park, sa tabi ng National Museum, Ayala Boulevard, sa Filipino-friendly University at Technological University of the Philippines, pati na ang TIP, NTC, Minor Basilica of San Sebastian, at finally, the Minor Basilica of the Black Nazarene na mas kilala bilang Quiapo Church. Bagamat may tuturing na main event ang Traslacion ng Quiapo Church, marami ang gumawa ng kani-kanilang sariling Traslacion ng Poong Nazareno. Tons of other small parades and Traslacions have happened simultaneously, showing that, albeit probably shallow, mainly male, lower economic class devotion to the Black Nazarene that was said to be miraculous might not be real in the hearts of the majority of Filipinos nationwide. By the way, I will be posting a video soon for the charter change or yung ugong-ugong around charter change o constitutional amendment, People's Initiative, lalo na yung ad at yung 100 piso / ayuda per signature. Well, check that out later in the week or probably month. Indonesian President Joko Widodo visits the Philippines. Indonesian President Joko Widodo visited the Philippines on the 9th of January for his 3-day visit in the country until the 11th of January 2023. The two leaders affirmed to improve defense cooperation and trade relations with regards to the ASEAN region and the defense of the Philippine waters against foreign aggressors. Along with these are foreign investments, foreign work, and energy/economic cooperation and defense equipments. President Widodo urged President Marcos to support the sale of a few defense equipment such as the anti-submarine warfare aircraft from Indonesia for the Philippine Navy. Some still plead to the Indonesian president to free Mary Jane Veloso, a drug courier convicted of drug trafficking charges who was supposed to be executed in 2015 but was saved due to Pinoy's involvement, breaking protocol to talk to President Widodo himself. But apparently President Duterte had given a go-ahead for the execution of Mary Jane Veloso, although Manny Pangilinan has said that he was actually asking for Mary Jane Veloso's clemency. Here are some more page news for your convenience. Meralco, January 2024 price hike. Nag-anunsyo ang Meralco ng dagdag singil para sa paparating na bill ngayong Enero 2024 na aabot sa 8 sentimo per kilowatt hour o dagdag singil na 17 pesos sa mga kumukonsumo ng 200 kilowatt hours. 25 pesos sa 300 kilowatt hours, 34 pesos sa 400 kilowatt hours, at dagdag na 42 pesos para sa kumukonsumo ng 500 kilowatt hours ng kuryente. Ang nasabing dagdag singil sa Meralco ay dahil daw sa pagtaas ng presyo ng ginagamit pag-generate ng kuryente sa stock market. Philippine Statistics Authority Inflation and Unemployment Report, December 2023, November 2023. Ayon sa Philippine Statistics Authority, bumaba ang inflation rate o ang bilis ng pagtaas ng presyo sa Pilipinas ng mahigit 0.2% from 4.1% noong Nobyembre to 3.9% noong Disyembre 2023. Hindi hamak na mas mababa rin ang inflation rate ng Pilipinas ngayon kaysa noong Disyembre 2022 na umabot sa 8.1% inflation rate. Samantalang ang inflation rate ng bansa para sa bottom 30% income earners or income households increased to 5% at 7.4% naman sa mga food and non-alcoholic beverages, proving that being poor is more expensive in the Philippines. Para naman sa unemployment rate ng bansa para sa November 2023, bumaba ng 0.6% ang unemployment rate sa November compared to the unemployment rate of 4.2% noong October 2023. Mas mataas naman ang labor force participation rate of 67.5% last year to just 65.9% in November 2023, but up 2% from 63.9% since 2023, samantalang ang underemployment rate from 14.4% last November 2022 to just 11.7% from November 2023, ngunit walang galaw from the October 2023 underemployment of 11.7%. Balut Island, Sarangani, 6.7 magnitude earthquake. Niyanig ng 6.7 magnitude na lindol ang Balut Island ng Sarangani, Davao Occidental sa Mindanao noong kinaumagahan ng January 9 na nag-cause ng massive panic at mass evacuation dahil sa lakas ng pagyanig sa isla. Ang epicenter ng nasabing lindol ay nasa 183 km southeast of Balut Island near Sarangani at may ilalim na 94 km ayon sa DOST PHIVOLCS. Ayon naman sa PHIVOLCS at BFAR, walang kinalaman ng lindol sa pagdagsa ng libo-libong isda sa dalampasigan ng isang bayan sa Sarangani. Joko hosts the Golden Globes. Joko, an award-winning Filipino-American stand-up comedian, hosted the Golden Globes Award as its MC. A huge staff for Filipinos and Asian minorities in general, however, the reception has been quite mixed if not negative due to some criticizing some jokes regarding our white savior Taylor Swift, huge fan by the way, and some other well-known artists like Ryan Gosling from the Barbie movie. Netizens took to social media regarding their dismay of the comedian's performance and material in the Golden Globes. Y'all are so annoying. I mean, sure, he's not Ricky Gervais, but to overtly criticize him that badly for some minor jokes that fell flat, and you ravage him like some hunk of meat because your pop star or favorite actor/actress rolled their eyes on him? Come on, dude. Sure, Joko is not really that big in the Philippines, and some would say he's inconsequential, though I would not agree with that, to everyday Filipinos, but what it represents. Remember, he got the job and accepted it 10 days before the event itself. I mean, that's policy. Cut him some slack. If anything, Joko wasn't crude enough to be like Ricky. And sure, him saying some of the jokes that fell flat were his writers. Well, it's bad, but it's not really that big of a deal. Here are some global/international news for your convenience. The 2024 Taiwanese presidential election. The 8th direct presidential election in Taiwan or Chinese Taipei is now fast approaching. The polls will open in the 13th of January 2024. It'll be one of the most contentious and important elections in 2024, which is really saying something considering there's also the United States of America's presidential elections this year, most probably between two geriatrics. Before I give you the deets, here's the background for y'all. In 1945, after the Second World War, when the Japanese had given back the Taiwanese island to the Chinese state, although there had been going on a brutal and long civil war between the Chinese Communist Party and the Republic of China's forces, the CCP had kicked out the Republic of China forces, or the Kuomintang, with their leader Chiang Kai-shek to the little Taiwanese island where they reside in dictatorship for at least a few decades. Over the entire history of Chinese to Chinese/Taiwanese impasse, both has claimed territorial domain over the other. The CCP and the People's Republic of China has claimed and asserted their sovereignty over the rebellious Taiwanese island, while the Republic of China claims the mainland China as their own. It was only in 1996 when the Republic of China or Taiwan has broken out of the domination of the Kuomintangs when, in the second general direct presidential election, a DPP candidate won the bid for presidency. The DPP or the Democratic Progressive Party is the separatist pro-independence party typically popular with the youth and Taiwanese separatists, with reunion or reunification and PRC prospects at an all-time low in the island, and is a much more hostile party against the PRC, which is why they don't want a third party, spoilers by the way, to come in and split the votes. Since the Kuomintang party believes in a one China policy reunification system, it's much more friendly to mainland China, and the other, or at least the only one that the CCP and Xi Jinping was hoping to win, even though the canon isn't really that big on China, but the fact that they're willing to risk and not so big on China Kuomintang candidate, well, that speaks volumes to how desperate they are in controlling at least a bit of the Taiwanese election. However, a third party, as I said, spoiler alert, candidate is about to shake things up. Ko Wen-je of the Taiwan People's Party is vying to grab the election as the two established parties squabble for the presidency. The DPP is the incumbent party as the outgoing President Tsai Ing-wen or Tsai Ling-wen of the DPP, whose election prompted China to break diplomatic ties in 2016 over and has now reached her term limit, serving as the president with a 4-year term. Now, albeit the DPP is cited to win the presidency with its policies generally being more popular with most of the Taiwanese residents, the constant threat of the PRC and its quote-unquote provocation and destabilization of the status quo, with Pelosi visiting the island last year, polling suggests that it's only a few percentage points ahead of the Kuomintang party. The people wanted the status quo to remain as it is, with focus on economic prosperity. Now, why is this such a big deal? Well, the Taiwan existential question lies solely on the hand, or at least on the hand, of the United States being willing to defend Taiwan at all costs, as it utilizes the first island chain defense it had set up in Korea, Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines, even though it's already preoccupied with Ukraine and Israel. Xi Jinping, considerably the latest addition to the exceptional paramount leaders of China who have long aspired for reunification, and the General Secretary of CCP and the People's Republic of China, has addressed the world that it will not disavow the use of physical force if all diplomatic routes have been exhausted, basically saying, we're trying our best not to provoke a war between us, the world powers. The CCP and the USA has a vested interest in either of the two. Basically, to be honest, everyone has a vested interest in the winning of any of the two candidates from the Kuomintang or the DPP and their respective parties. Anyone that will win that election, as Taiwan currently holds the most advanced manufacturing chips from TSMC. And if you hold that power over the largest and most advanced manufacturer of silicon chips, the fate of the world will be on your favor, as technological advancements are now the #1 priority for a country nationwide, which is why they cannot achieve so easily without the foundries that make those technologies possible. Although they have made a Huawei phone with a pretty small nanometer chip. So what's going on with that? The Democratic Progressive Party's candidate Lai Ching-te won, leading by around 7% of the popular vote of 40.08% or around 5.5 million votes. The Kuomintang Party's candidate finished in second place with 33.47% or around 4.6 million votes. Lastly, the Taiwan People's Party, the third party, garnering 26.45% or around 3.6 million votes. Now, while the USA is only concerned mostly of their interest in the Asia-Pacific region and, of course, to secure their source, or at least the manufacturing source of their silicon chips and their Doritos or Pringles, China is more concerned about their historic right to their frontier and existential sovereignty and, of course, influence against meddling foreign powers. Lai Ching-te will be inaugurated on the 20th of May 2024, succeeding the current president and DPP party mate Tsai Ing-wen. 2023, the hottest year on record. According to numerous studies, 2023 has been confirmed to be the hottest year since records had begun, driven mostly by climate change and global warming that boosted El Nino, helping it become hotter for a longer period of time. According to the study, the world is now 1.48 degrees Celsius warmer before the Industrial Revolution and large burning of fossil fuels in the 1800s, particularly in 1850 to the 1900s. At yan ang pagtatapos ng News Item Worthy Recap Weekly Edition for roughly the second week of January 2024. Mag-suggest some more topics and or corrections to the balitas if you feel I misrepresented them in any way. Salamat sa mga panood, mga kapeng of me. Like, subscribe, and follow my links and socials on avoid shows that will be linked down below. Sa susunod, paalam.